got some Parmesan.
Well, that won't go very far, will it?
No.
Is that all we're having?
Yeah. We're just grating this down. This only works with a lump of Parmesan. It doesn't work with that horrible stuff that smells like cheesy feet that you get in a little tube. It's got to be the real thing. So, we're grating our Parmesan down. And with that little bit of rind, stick that in your risotto, help it to infuse like a tea bag, and it makes fantastic risotto. Right. And then lift it out, don't eat the rind, but really, really good. Okay, so with our Parmesan, we've got one of these rubber mats. You can get these everywhere. And all I'm going to do is sit it on like so, okay? It has to touch the rest of the cheese. So don't be tempted to do a little bit there, because it won't work. The cheese must just touch the rest of the cheese, okay? So that's going in the oven. Jonathan, hopefully.
Is that for me later?
2 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
There's something in here.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is.
Oh, I think that is that Jim's?
No.
Jim's left the pan on.
I think that might be ready. I'll just leave that there for a minute.
Just someone ring Jim and tell him his pan's cooked.
I don't think it's yours, is it, Jim? Is it? It's pork scratchings.
Yeah. There's a pan in the oven.
Oh. Okay, so moving on, we have here a celeriac. Don't know about anybody else, but celeriac is one of those vegetables. You use half of it, you find it in the fridge a few weeks later, and it's all curled up. It's one of those vegetables that you need to think of different ways of using it. Most people use it as a roasted root vegetable. This is another slightly more summery version. So, raw peeled celeriac, grate it down, like so. And then into that, we're going to add some fennel. And again, we would be using all this and doing it a little bit more carefully, but we're grating that down as well. The beauty of when you grate fennel is a bit like when you grate ginger. You know those strands that are always a bit hard to eat? When you grate it like that, they always hang around. So it's nice and...
It's a great vegetable with
nice
fish and fennel. Oh, it's fantastic.
Fish and fennel are meant
perfect.
to be together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, so now we've got apple, nice and thin. Just slicing it down. And then we're going to, what they call julienne it. When you slice, make your hand like a claw. Really good idea. Just to keep your fingers out the way.
Yeah.
And julienne your apple. Okay?
There you go, easy as that, folks. There you go. How many fingers will you have left tomorrow when you give that a go at home?
Oh. So then we're just cutting that down into small pieces. And we'll leave a few nice sticks for the top. So popping a little bit in there. So we've got the apple, we've got the fennel, and we've got the raw celeriac. Now we're going to mix in some mayonnaise. Now I want you to think like a slightly different kind of coleslaw, something like that. Really, really great with fish though. Mix that through. And then a little squeeze of lemon just to stop everything from going brown. And then we're going to, now Jim gave me these. The question is and I know it's late in the night now, we're cracking on. Would you rather eat a cocktail in one of these, which are beautiful, or a big one in one of these?
I guess I know the answer to that.
And we got a lot of lobster to go around.
Well, I tell you what, Seth. Why don't you do one
to
show in the glass, and then we'll do a few.
A big one. Yeah. Okay.
And what we'll do is for this one, we'll say these are going to. If you do 3 or 4 of those that are £5 a pop, and we'll get 3 or 4 of them out so everybody can, a few more people can have a go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Right, so we've got baby gem in the bottom, okay? Then we've got some avocado. Take your avocado and leave the sticker on. Okay, go around. In fact,
oh, hello. That one.
that one's a bit hard, that one. Ripe and ready?
Right.
Not likely. Okay, so we're going round. Yeah, that is ripe, but surprisingly tough skin. Okay, split it. Hold your nerve here, just in the base, yeah?
Top skills, do you see that?
And then using your spoon,
Yeah.
this is a really great tip. Just get your spoon in there. And, oh wow. How easy was that?
Yeah, brilliant.
And what's more, it doesn't look like a 50p piece, it actually looks like half an avocado. Mm. Okay, so there we go. Okay, right, so we're just going to trim this down. It is soft. It sounds hard, but it's really soft.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, a little bit of that in the bottom. Then we've got our mixture. That's going in. Do you think that crisp will be ready?
Oh, yes, definitely. Calm down.
How are we doing, sir?
Yeah, another 30 seconds, I think, Steph, to be honest.
Look at that, it's nowhere near.
Yeah.
Nowhere near. Don't worry. I have some I prepared earlier.
Right. I ate them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise you wanted them.
Don't you think he's marvellous at this, guys? I think Jonathan deserves a round of applause because he's doing a fantastic job up here.
No.
That's great, Jonathan. And I'm sure Jim feels the same. Is you make it I feel very relaxed.
Oh, that's the 3 glasses of wine you had before you came on stage, Steph. That's what did that.
No wine has passed my lips. Right, okay. So now we're going to add, here it is, a little bit of dressing. So I've made a quick dressing using honey, mustard, and I'm just going to pop it into my... Now, Jonathan, I'm right in thinking this is Devon crab.
So this is brown crab from the southwest. So we have the best crab in the world. Huge amount of this crab goes to China, where they one-upmanship. The great thing about the Devon crab, because of the waters in the southwest are warm, the crabs grow much bigger. So the 3 to 4 pound, 5 pound crabs are commonplace. And particularly the male crabs, the cock crabs, they have big claws. So, you know, a lot of people go on and talk about Whitby crab and Scarborough crab, and they're quite nice, but they're much smaller crab, whereas the ones from the southwest, and because this is just claw and knuckle meat, the size of the claws is very important. So they get fantastic brown crab down there. And this is just hand-picked, pure, fresh, claw and knuckle meat. So it's about as good as you can possibly buy. And you know, the Chinese multimillionaires and billionaires import crab, and they serve English brown crab at their dinner tables instead of local crab species, and it's their sort of one-upmanship on their counterparts if they've got English brown crab. So, you know, it is a very special product, I think, and again, just another example of the amazing produce that we have around our... No, it's okay. You bash away. It's all right. I've got a microphone. Don't worry.
At least nobody's falling asleep.
Yeah. You know, we're so fortunate to have great seafood all around our coast. But it's quite strange. We have as an island nation, we have quite a strange relationship with the food that comes from the sea. You know, Steph's talking about, and Jim, they're talking about going into gardens and foraging and all this produce that's on the land. The same applies in the sea. We've got some amazing produce, and we're very lucky to be able to access some of this produce. And you know, if you're going to use crab, there's all sorts of other crab products around. But if you want to do a cocktail like this, which is absolutely summer, is just a perfect dish to have at this moment in time, then you've got to go for something that's got the kind of flavour and the chunks of crab that this has, because it's just sensational.
So we've got our lobster as well, Jonathan.
Yeah,
and
again,
all I've done
fancy that.
Is I've made a court bouillon with some white wine, some water, some vegetables, onion, carrot, celery, those sorts of things going on in there. And I cooked this for 8 minutes exactly. And it is moist, it's juicy, it's got a really nice shine to it. I think that's looking good, really. But it is just cooked. And that's,
did you chill that as soon as you cooked it?
What I did was I cooked it, and then I chilled it down. It's
very important when I talked earlier about the cooking times of lobster. It's very important if you're going to boil a lobster or steam a lobster. You get a pan of boiling liquid. You put your lobster in. You allow it to come back to the boil. From the moment it starts to boil, you time it for 8 minutes a pound. You take it out immediately and you immerse it in ice cold water. And what that does is it stops the cooking process straight away. If you don't do that, it'll carry on cooking and it will overcook. And then what you do is you take it out, you air cool it for another period of time, half an hour, let all the liquid to drain out, and then you're ready to split the lobster and it will have solidified inside. And you could then do what Jim did, recook it or serve it cold in a cocktail. If you're going to reheat it, don't overcook it, just warm it through, and it's absolutely perfect.
Making a real sort of mess of the bench here, but yeah, normally, believe it or not, I do actually like to work very clean. Yeah. Right. So looking at these, they've just gone up to a tenner, by the way. Sorry. Yeah. There's some serious lobster
There is some serious lobster in there, yeah.
Right. My cheese biscuits, if I was to cook these longer, become this. So I'm just going to take these out. You let them go cold, and they're very crisp. And they taste like cheese crackling. So that's really nice. It's a really easy thing to do, and it's quite impressive. People love it, and it's a bit of fun. So, also on here, I'm going to use a few of our edible flowers, just a little bit here and there, not too much. That one's called tagetes. Then, some lovely purple frill salad. Pop a few of those on there. Just finishing off our dish, very quick. And a little bit more lobster.
There's never too much.
There's never enough lobster,
no,
is there?
Never too
this
much.
One definitely needs some more
absolutely.
Lobster. I've got some lobster here. So I hope somebody will have a try of those, because that lobster alone is looking good.
Yeah,
okay.
Brilliant.
So that's dish number 2. There we go.
That's a hand-picked crab and lobster cocktail, avocado and Parmesan crisp. Wow, fantastic. Right, so